My goodness. Rena stood imposingly, not answering.
サトシは消えた。だけどレナは消えなかった。じゃあ俺はどうなるんだよ。
What's gonna happen? Let's, I don't know. I don't even feel like terrified anymore. I just feel beaten down by everything. I'm just like, alright, what's gonna happen here? I'd never heard such an unpleasant laugh before. It had become akin to the sound of her breathing. It was no longer a voice or an expression of feeling. I'll save you. That's what I'm thinking. Like, the way she thinks she was saved by how she acted. Is she thinking the same thing for Keiichi? So what does she think she has to do? It's probably not even that. She's probably like, I'm gonna chop you up, and that'll save you from being demoned away. It's a worse fate to be transferred, whatever that means, right? Which probably means, I don't know. I thought that she just did the same thing to Satoshi, considering she didn't listen to him before I guess she asked him a question, right? But we'll see. Oh, my goodness. Rena took one step forward, still holding the hatchet high above her head. One step closer, Rena's face spread out to fill my vision. Okay, one step closer. Rena's nose was close enough to touch mine, and was still pushing closer. Holy shit, she's close. Oh my god. What's he supposed to say? What is... He says the wrong thing, he's a liar. If he tells the truth, it's, I don't know. I slumped down, landing squarely on my butt. Maybe he just needs to tell the truth, I don't know. It wasn't for some pathetic reason. It was all I could do to get as far away from Rena. Oh my god. That laugh was so much longer. I'm like getting used to it now. I had the gut feeling that I couldn't let her laughter end. Because when that laughing ended... The moment I picked up on that feeling, my body moved by instinct. I sprang to my feet so fast, even I couldn't believe it. Whoa! And pushed Rena away with both hands. Quick. Nice, Keiichi. Rena was as light as a feather. Thrown about by the unbalanced weight of the hatchet, she was sent backwards as if she had been carried off by the wind. Nice, nice, nice. After confirming that out of the corner of my eye, I dashed off at full speed. Gotta go fast. I was the perfect picture of fleeing like a greased pig. I've never heard that before. Get away from Rena. You can't catch a greased pig. That's true. Get away from Rena. Run away. Survive. I couldn't think of anything other than this. Second wind, baby. This is all we got. While I was running, I remembered I'd been holding onto a bat the entire time. Such a worthless weapon. I couldn't believe I'd forgotten about this weapon at such an important time. Never even occurred to him to use it. He was so scared. Never even occurred to him. He was just holding it. I sped even farther down the winding path. I didn't even feel myself gasping for breath or my legs getting heavy. My body understood it as well. And what is up with Rena doing the fucking, like... Jason Voorhees or just like just walking and like catching up with him running. That is so ridiculous. What the hell? I guess the fear is so heavy that he could barely move before, but he's going now, so we'll see. My body understood it as well. If I didn't run away from here, I wouldn't live. I could hear the laughter of that simulacrum of Rena coming from behind me. It rang through the trees and in my head and slowly chiseled away at my sanity. Yo, the construction site. The grove of trees thinned out, my field of vision suddenly expanding. Where was this? For a moment I was bewildered by the scenery. I felt I knew, but couldn't quite remember. I quickly realized it was the dam site, where they were doing their construction work. The fact that I dashed madly and ended up in a place like this gave me a bad feeling, like I was following someone's scripted plot. Yeah, for sure, buddy. Yeah, I don't think Keiichi's been here. I think we've only seen this place in the tips. This CG. I had a good view of my surroundings, but I didn't see a single soul here. This was a terrible spot for someone on the run, but there was no better place. My heart was already on the verge of bursting. The muscles in my legs were screaming, but I didn't care. If I stopped here, then they might not even be able to scream for much longer. Even still, I glanced back, looking for an excuse to rest. Rena wasn't there. Instead, I saw two villagers walking around. Whoa, I breathed a sigh of relief that it wasn't Rena, but a third party. Except the voice inside me rang the alarm once again. Villagers walking around weren't suspicious in and of themselves, but it bothered me. Yeah, I would not feel relieved by that at all. They both wore rough-looking clothes. Empty-handed, they definitely gave the impression that they were just out for a walk. But at this time of day, two adults wandering around without a purpose, it was enough to raise questions. Wasn't Rena gonna come here? Wasn't she trying to get him to come here? And he ended up running here anyway. Oh my god. Keiichi did come here before, because yeah, he came here. Of course, right. Remember we went to that one dump before, but this isn't that same place, right? I don't remember. Ugh, we're at the damn site though. Oh my goodness. But more than anything else, those eyes. They weren't chit-chatting while walking. They were both silent, heading forward, looking in my direction. Oh my god. More demons, dude. Those eyes. Holy fuck. Was I at the end of my rope and had finally started imagining things? I should run away. Holy fuck, man. Hold on, let me do this real quick so I can we can get that good thumbnail later. Shit, dude. Sorry. This was probably the best choice. If they weren't involved, I'd lose them easily by running. If they were part of the group after me, then they would come running after me. Dude, do you see those eyes? Either way, unless I hurried up, Rena would catch up with me. That's right, I was going to run. Deciding that the moment I began to turn tail, both of them rushed towards me, as if they knew exactly what I was thinking. Dude, oh my god. Holy shit, it's happening. Somewhere inside me, I had jumped to the conclusion that Rena was the only thing I needed to be afraid of. Nah, dude. Village of demons. They were waiting, and Rena asked you to come here, man. Oh my god. I made the assumption that I didn't need fear anything else. But right now I realize just how blatantly wrong I was. Suddenly the story Oishi-san told me about the demons all leaving the village to hunt prey floated through the back of my mind. It's happening. I could tell they were both coming after me without even turning around because of their frenetic footsteps. It was frightening, being unable to shake Rena off as she slowly closed in on me, but this didn't even compare. Being pursued with such a violent ferocity, this straightforward horror was unparalleled. One of the pursuer's arms grazed my shoulder. Now it wasn't just their frenzied footsteps. Dude, holy shit, they're that close to him. But also the distinct sound of their breathing that I could hear. No, I could practically feel them breathing on me. They were already right behind me. Calm down, Keiichi, my bar. Dude, he's running full speed and they're right on him. What the fuck? Still running at full tilt, I felt the surrounding area go still. No, it felt like time itself had stopped. I turned my head back slightly in that frozen world, realizing how close my pursuers had gotten to me. I couldn't win against the legs of an adult. In less than the time it would take to blink twice, when this frozen time began moving again, they'd be right on top of me. I can only imagine that moment feeling the longest when you realize they're about to bear down on you. Just that split second that just feels like an eternity before you're just done. On top of me. And then... Don't think about that, Keiichi. First realize that you won't be able to shake them off like this. If the fact that you can't get away was a given, then you need to make a decision. Go with the right leg or go with the left. You just need to decide which one. Let's go with the left. The moment I decided that, the temporal singularity burst into pieces, okay? Make a decision. Right, left. Swung the bat in a wide arc with my right arm. Using that inertia, I stopped and suddenly spun. Hell yeah. No. Good shit. The two of them were clearly startled. Momentarily losing sight of me, both of their outstretched arms ready to grab me, instead grasped that empty space. The man on the right, I applaud him being able to figure it out, spun around to the spot I shouldn't have been, and faced me in astonishment. But it was too late. I didn't even need to swing my bat. All I needed to do was extend my arms as I turned around. It was by no means a heavy blow, but it seemed like I had enough power behind it to knock him off his feet. Good shit, hell yeah. But it just knocking him down wasn't enough to scare him away. He got back up in no time. Both of them took a fighting stance and were ready to face me. Slugger style, come on. Time to go Yakuza mode. Slugger style. This made me certain they weren't just two people out for a walk. They were clearly after me. It felt much easier than dealing with Rena. Just by not recognizing their faces, by not knowing them, it made things easier. Oh, true. That's why it'd be so hard for him to hurt Rena. But he has a chance with these two. Two adults though, man. That's tough. Being outnumbered is tough. I smiled wryly on the inside. Yeah, talk your shit. It's fine if it was just a bluff. By barking out at them, I was able to fire myself up. They didn't respond. They spread out to either side of me with unbelievably calm expressions on their faces. Oh, they've done this before. One of them would grab onto my bat and the other would hold me down. Was that their plan? Taking on both of them at once would be impossible, yeah. They know what they're doing. They got tactics. That's so fucked. Hot sweat poured from every pore in my body. Then I'd just have to settle it with the first move. I'd step in and strike the first one down. Narrowing my target down to the man on the right who had already been knocked down before, I stepped in and swung with all my might. It's good, hitting the one that's already injured. There's no way for an unarmed person to guard against it. It would cause immense damage. If they blocked it with their arm, their bone would snap like a twig. If they turned their back to it, then it was possible that the blow would travel all the way to their vital organs. It looked like he was aware of this. He pushed farther through the kill zone between us and delivered a fist right into my gut. Ooh, not good with this distance and this position and in this state. There was no way for me to dodge it. The world flipped upside down. I understood that I was being tossed around like a rag doll. I landed on the soft earth without a sound, feeling the grainy soil press against my face. It didn't hurt at all. But the moment I thought that, I suddenly felt pain coming from the abrasions on my skin, as well as the contents of my stomach being forced upwards, flooding my mouth with a bitter sensation. I knew very well that I didn't have the time to relish this experience. I stood up as quickly as I could, but at that moment the other man was already barreling towards me. Being able to comprehend calmly that I simply couldn't dodge, it made it all the more upsetting. Dude, this is not a winning fight at all. Dude, because that punch, man. Because they can just wear him down. He can't take them both down. After plowing into my stomach full force once again, my assailant twisted around behind me and locked his thick arm around my neck. Oh, it's over. My throat felt like it was being crushed by his immense strength. It's over. I could even contemplate that I was being strangled or that I was about to go unconscious. My vision simply darkened, and a silent whining noise began playing deep inside my mind. It took everything I had to keep myself from blacking out. While this was happening, the other man was more than likely standing in front of me. I wasn't able to open my eyes, but I could feel that he was there. There was nothing I could do now. Unable to shake this arm off me, I couldn't run. I couldn't fight back. Dire straits. I couldn't even come up with the phrase that adequately described my situation. It's as far above dire straits. Yo, and that's it? No way, and that's it. Dude. No way that's it. Oh, they took him somewhere, of course. Oh my god. He's about to be transferred. I think he's about to be transferred. Dude, oh man, Keiichi fought so hard, man. I don't know what I was hoping for, man, but I knew that was a losing fight. Like, he had a weapon, but those two guys, and they knew what they were doing. They didn't even say anything to each other. And they got in, like, the proper position to flank him and, like, take his bat and, like, you know, strangle him. Like, once they got him in that chokehold, like, yeah, man, that's over. I'm so proud of Keiichi, but yeah, there was no chance. It sucks. Familiar ceiling. The smell of the bed and pillows, I knew them well. Was this my room? Is this really his room? Also the familiar ceiling, shout out to Evangelion. Normally there wouldn't be anyone in my room besides me, but their presence made me spring wide awake. When I did that, pain shot throughout my entire body. Oh no, oh no. I was Rena in my room. What's going on? Blood began to surge through my muscles and my capillaries. But Rena's smile belonged to the Rena I knew well. His whole body hurts. I knew I shouldn't let myself feel this way, but I relaxed thinking that this version of Rena was safe.
俺はどうして意識がなくなってからのことは全然
My body had become more lethargic than I could ever have imagined. I guess I would be expected after exerting everything I had back there. I tried to at least clear my head, but I just couldn't shake the sluggish feeling out of my mind. What? The doctor?
横になってた方がいいと思うな。
What is going on? What is this her, like, were they, like, helping Rena? Like, is this her way of trying to save him? Like, what is this? I wasn't injured seriously enough to merit calling a doctor. Are they gonna make him suffer? Like, what? But knowing that someone impartial was coming was slightly reassuring.
俺どうしてここにいるんだ？
No one's impartial here, dude.
確かダム現場で。
それはレナが聞きたいな。何があったのかな。レナが行った時にはケイチ君倒れてて。
What?
だから聞きたいのは俺の方だよ。変な二人組に襲われて。
As I talked about it, I finally remembered what happened right before I passed out, okay? Recalling that memory and the terror that went along with it caused the fogginess around my head to clear right up. Let's forget about those two for now. I didn't expect Rena to be nursing me at all. What is going on? I thought Rena was trying to kill me, yeah. She would have had the perfect chance while I was unconscious. She kept saying she wanted to save him, but we don't know what that means. Not only did she not kill me, she had nursed me back to health.
よく俺を引きずってここまで来れたな。
So she was really just trying to threaten him. But, so what now?
重かったろ。
Looking at Rena's delicate frame, it was hard to believe that she had not only gotten me back home, but even dragged me all the way up to the second floor. Yeah, that's not... Did she have some help? Maybe?
ケイチ君、覚えてないの？
Remember what? Rena appeared a bit surprised, but still kept her smile.
レナはケイチ君に肩を貸しただ
Wait,
け
he
だよ。
walked?
大丈夫、自分で歩けるってケイチ君は。
What?
覚えてない？
I didn't remember. My memory was fuzzy after the point where I lost consciousness. I guess that makes sense, but
二人組はどうした？
they like choked him out, so I don't know.
レナが来た時、俺と一緒に、あるいはそばに二人組の男が。
いなかったよ。
What the fuck is going on? She said it bluntly. The way she stated it felt slightly unpleasant. I was just too timid at that time. Might have been able to force some answers out of Rena. But if I did that, then this Rena might transform into the scary Rena who I didn't know. I see. So... we can't know anything. Fearing that, I didn't press any further. Smart man, smart man. Thinking about it, it was the obvious choice. If both of those men were there, I don't think Rena would have even stood a chance. I couldn't find a way to explain it unless I assumed she brought me here after those two were already gone. But why would they attack him? Did they do something to him after he was unconscious? What did they do to him? What was the point? What is going on? What the shit? Rena was still smiling. Her eyes sparkled warmly, yet... I felt like I was hallucinating when I saw something akin to a shadow slowly creeping across her face. Uh-oh. That small omen sent shivers down my spine. While Rena was still Rena, I needed to make contact. Oh boy. Oh my goodness. I needed to contact Ueshi-san. Rena stopped me when I tried to get out of bed. She said it would aggravate my wounds, so I should stop.
トイレに行きたいんだけどな。
ごめん。
Rena couldn't say anything else. Yeah, you can't object to that, smart Keiichi. While Rena stayed in my room, I quickly went downstairs to get the phone receiver in the living room. When I approached the front door, the doorbell rang. Ding dong. Oh man, this timing. It must have been the doctor Rena had called. It was strange for a patient to welcome in the doctor who was making a house call. It would be incredibly reassuring to have him here for the considerable time it would take Oishi-san to get here. Oh, buddy. That is such a small glimmer of hope, but you gotta try. I respect it. I carelessly opened the door with that simple assumption and regretted it almost instantly. Oh, fuck, who is it? It's Mion, isn't it? Naturally.
あれ？元気そうだね。倒れてたって言うから様子見に来たんだけど。
Thanks, boss.
なんで俺が倒れてたって知ってるんだよ。
I'm almost out of water again. She's probably dead, by the way. Let's be real.
レナが電話してきたから。他に理由が必要？
I guess not. I understood why she would call a doctor. But why Mion too? Why Mion indeed? Rena was descending the stairs behind me.
レナ、ケイちゃん大丈夫そうだよ。たく、心配して損した。
そうだね。レナも心配して損したかな。
Oh boy. Oh boy. Like, well, now that you're feeling okay, back to demon mode. They both began laughing. Ahaha. It appeared to be cheerful laughter, but I couldn't shake the feeling that there was a darkness looming over them. Yep.
うわ、何この下駄箱。どうしてたの？
How did it get that way? The shoe rack that I'd smashed to pieces had been like that since yesterday.
転んでさ、その拍子に持ってたバットで叩いちゃったんだよ。
持ち慣れないもん振り回してるからこういうことになるんだよ。
Oh boy. I kept the fact that it was none of her business to myself.
でもこれじゃおばさまたちが帰ってきたらびっくりしちゃうね。後でレナが片付けておくね。
Okay, thanks.
さあ、ほらケイちゃん。
I hate when they do this, when they pretend like everything's normal. Because the fucking, like, ceiling gets higher and higher every time for, like, crazy shit that happens. And then we're just back to normal again. It's maddening. It is absolutely maddening. How do we get this far after what just happened? How did this happen? I know Keiichi doesn't have a choice. They're the ones acting this way.
重病人なんだからちゃんと寝てないとダメだよ。
Oh.
さあさあ、お布団に戻った。
Terminally ill, huh? I don't like this. I don't like that they're like, yeah, go into bed. You don't feel good. You're hurt. Go back into bed. Terminally ill. I know that's like a Mion joke, but goodness. There's that shadow underneath. Both of them urged me up the stairs. I had no chance to call Uishi-san. Yep. You are officially isolated, my boy. Somehow more than you already were. I was pushed into my bed. As it was the first time Mion had been in my room, she began searching around it intently. Oh boy. She fiddled around my room and was scolded by Rena. You can imagine how it went. It was uncomfortable having my room poked around, but the conversation was so benign that it was heartwarming. During that innocent conversation, Mion said something as though it was perfectly ordinary.
監督には電話した？
The director?
みーちゃんに電話した後すぐにね。すぐ来るって言ってたよ。
The director? Director? That out-of-place word gave me a bad feeling. Rena called a doctor. Then called Mion. And after that she called a director? What the fuck does that mean? Like the ringleader behind everything? Like the head demon? The director? What the shit? Is this some kind of corporation? Onikakushi Inc.? What is this? Director? Who is this director? Since Rena and Mion's conversation was so peaceful, it only felt slightly odd.
二人とも何の話をしてるんだよ。
That don't sound like no doctor.
監督ってなんだよ。
Oh.
ケイちゃん死んないの？監督って言ったら監督だよ。
Thanks, jerk. God damn it. They really won't tell him anything. I know that's the point,
映画
but...
の監督とか
Wait, you literally mean like the director of a movie?
工事現場の監督とか
What? Huh? Oh, hell no. Oh, hell no. What the shit? What? I dug through all my memories for a director who might have business with me. Only one thing came to mind, that what Rena had just said, the construction site foreman. The very first victim of the first incident, the dismemberment at the damn construction site, the foreman? Yeah, that doesn't make sense. I don't know what she means by that. But that was strange. He was supposed to be dead. There was no way they could call him. The fuck do you
お
mean
前
by
らが
that?
何の話をしてるのかわからないよ。
Is this really some like supernatural shit going on? Are we finally about to confirm it? Is a fucking zombie about to come just body Keiichi? Is this what transferring means? I don't understand what you guys are talking. Yeah,
そ
yeah,
の監督が俺と何か関係あるのか？来るって言ったけど、うちに来るのか？
I asked one obvious question after another, but all the two of them did was smile coolly at each other. There was a huge difference between how the two of them appeared and how my suspicions were playing out. God damn it. No answers anymore, Keiichi. I think you've gotten all the answers you're gonna get. I guess the last one we'll get is who this director is, whatever the fuck that means. But no, Rena said director like a movie. So what the fuck, is this like... When Keiichi said earlier, when he made it to the damn site, where it's if like this was a script. I don't know what to make of that though. Like when it, like this is a like this someone really scripted all these events. Like there's literally a director. This is like a movie thing that they play out. This is like what kind of twisted shit is that? Like what? Like is that what it is? Is that Hinamizawa? Is that Onikakushi? Is that's so weird. That's so bizarre. Like that's just like assumptions. I don't even know like what to make of that really. Like it's so weird. This damn game. I couldn't understand what Rena and Mion were talking
ケイ
about.
ちゃん、最近は野球に凝ってるんだよ
Oh
ね。
no, oh no.
監督、それ聞いたら喜ぶと思うな。
No, no Yorokobe. No, no, no.
だから監督って誰だよ？
監督は監督さんだよ。
Wasn't that funny, Rena?
だから監督って誰だよ？
Director's a director. Oh god. Oh no. Cease. My goodness. Rena and Mion looked at each other and laughed haughtily. That disturbing cackle unpleasantly resounded around me. See, I'd gotten used to Rena's a bit, but both at the same time, no. That laugh long enough to be unsettling ended abruptly.
そうだ。監督が来る前に済ませとくかな。
Finish what?
ケイちゃん、覚えてるかい？
Finish what? Her face was laughing, but Mion's eyes told a different story.
覚えてるって何をだよ？
ケイチ君忘れちゃったのかな。罰ゲームなんだよ。
Oh my goodness.
罰ゲームなんだよ。忘れちゃったのかな。おはぎの宿題。
I'm gonna finish my water. Yeah, I remember.
どれがレナの作ったおはぎかを当てる宿題。あれ、確か宿題忘れだったよね。
I certainly did have that homework, but I had thrown away the rest of the mochi after I found that sewing needle. So I wasn't able to answer which one Rena made. The penalty for that? This is about to be real fucking bad, dude. This is like that is such a like a nightmare you would have, like being trapped in a like a hospital bed while just two just like cruel motherfuckers just like taunt you and torture you, and I guess literally in a second. What the fuck? This is like the penalty I've been dreading the whole entire game. Like ever since they started doing the games, and I've always been suspicious. There's never been such like a dire penalty, but as this, it's finally like come. Why now? They are so cruel. They are so cruel. It is... They are so awful. No doubt my question was written all over my face. The answer to my question was that dry laughter. I could no longer make heads or tails of anything. I began to think that this entire day, somehow insane, Strange. Incomprehensible. Being chased by Rena, attacked by strange men. The penalty Mion and Rena were talking about. I guess they choked him out so that they could be here and so that they could do this. It isn't enough to just kill him. It's not enough to snuff him out. It's not enough. They have to do it like this. They have to be cruel. They have to follow the rules of the game. They have to... He didn't get the penalty, so they had to do the penalty. It's like... My breathing is so fucked. What were those two laughing at? It didn't take that long for me to realize I had been dragged into an abnormal situation. Who were these two? Who were these people? Who were these doppelgangers of Rena and Mion? It's so far gone, man. Oh my god. Rena had gotten behind me at some point. Why was she pinning my arms behind my back? Fuck this, dude. Fuck this. I don't know what's about to happen, but I'm gonna go ahead and give a warning for anyone watching. This could get real bad, so I don't know. I may edit a warning in myself when I edit this.
動かないでね。罰ゲームだから。
Oh, fuck. My body was already very sluggish, and Rena pinning my arms made it that much harder to move. Yeah, he can barely move. Oh, what a nightmare. What a fucking nightmare. I seriously tried to struggle, but she wouldn't even budge. I wonder if this was the plan the whole time. It wouldn't surprise me. And all this talk of a director and the mention of a script earlier, it's like, dude. My panic began to well up, and I realized this was well beyond the realm of jokes and pleasantries. This freakishly monstrous strength. It would have been impossible for the Rena that I knew. I mean, you're also like really weak right now, man, you know? It's like... Then these thin, frail arms grasping me firmly. Whose arms were they? I don't doubt Rena has some like crazy demon strength inside her. From her own like, just belief and fear, but it's like, damn.
ケイちゃん、抵抗しちゃダメだよ。海賊大何条でもいいや。罰ゲームに抵抗しちゃダメなんだからさ。
You can't fight the penalty. Mion, no, that thing that looked like Mion spoke to me like how Mion would speak to me. But I was certain that this was not Mion. Someone who wasn't Mion, someone who was just pretending to be Mion.
監督が来る前に済まさないとね。
What the fuck? Finish this up. What the fuck is even the penalty? Oh my god. Mion fished into her pockets and pulled out something bizarre. Is it the fucking sewing needle? I could tell what it was just by looking, but for such a thing to be in her pocket, my mind wouldn't accept it.
なんだよ、それ。
It was a small syringe. Syringe? What the fuck? It was a small, clear syringe, the kind a doctor might use if he went to them with a high fever. Rena held me even tighter. And I could hear that clattering laughter that no longer sounded like laughter blaring into my ear. That eerie laughter, it wasn't something that the Rena I knew could ever produce from her own throat. I mean, these aren't the people you knew, but this is who they are, man. This is what they do here. They've become demons, man. This belief, it's too much. There's an allegory within here somewhere, but let's not talk about that. This thing that was pretending to be Rena, was this their real laugh? Oh god. Unable to defend myself, the syringe Mion was holding drew closer. And that needle tip was waved in front of my face countless times.
大丈夫、大丈夫。痛くないから、痛くないから。
Oh my god. My hands are so clammy.
何をする気だよ。これは一体何の真似だよ。
ケイちゃん、何言ってんだか分かってんでしょ。
He does.
何が？俺には何が何やらさっぱり分からねえよ。
知ってるくせに。 今さらかまととぶられてもな。
This late in the game.
わけのわからないことを言って俺を煙に巻くのはやめろ。
富武さんと同じ目に遭ってもらう。
Whoa. Whoa. Holy shit. Holy shit. Dude. Dude. The same as Tomitake-san? I didn't really understand what she meant. What did that have to do with this syringe?
ケイチ君とぼけてるね。
Wait a second. He... Tomitake... It was self-inflicted. That's what they determined, right? Or it looked that way, right? He was driven, it was like he was driven to a point that he did that to himself. Like, he clawed his own neck, or like all that shit that happened. You know, he was beaten with stuff and then he lashed out, or we don't obviously know exactly what happened, but we know what happened to his neck, and you know, he got hit as well. So did they inject him with something that made him that way, or what is... Fuck, man.
うすうすは気づいてたくせに。
Oh my god. Rena whispered into my ear, laughing as if to admonish me. This VN is fucking horrifying. I feel dizzy. No bullshit. I'm having to not only catch my breath, but my eyes are just... I don't know, it's just the stimulus of it, how it's gotten in my own head, and it's like a nauseating, it's like just a dizzying, just surreal terror that you're just witnessing, man. I just feel heavy and just dizzy. It's so... oh my god. Even the way she spoke was repulsive beyond compare. Playing dumb? Me? About what? What do you mean? The same as Tomitake-san? You're about to find out, buddy. What? What?
ですが、意識を確かめるために近づいた警官はすぐに異常に気づきました。
I thought for a second that Oishi walked in the room and started talking like a fucking mastermind. But this is what he was saying about Tomitake. Okay.
喉がね。
Yeah, his throat was scratched out. And he did it to himself. Dude.
ナイフとか
His own hands.
爪でした。
Nails. Nails? Nails as in fingernails with those gouged through? That's right. Tomitake-san had clawed out his own throat with his own nails and died. So crazy. There's no way someone could die like that. So then for that to happen, and I remember trying so hard to understand what would induce such a response for him to do that, other than the terror of seeing these girls assault him or attack him or whatever. But did they inject him with something like a drug that just fucked him up until he did that? That is so So then for that to happen...
薬物を疑いましたが、そういう類のものは検出できませんでした。
Wait, Uishi said they didn't detect drugs, so what the fuck? That's right. The police didn't find any drugs in Tomitake-san's system. See, I forgot that, but now what? So that wasn't it? So what did they do to him that he did that?
警察は富武さんの遺体から薬物は検出できなかったって言った
Is it
ぞ。
undetectable? Is it not a drug technically? What is this? Quick. The two of them... those were laughing onomatopoeia? What the fuck? The two of them laughed together with that sickening laughter. Of course they'd laugh. To assume that such a medicine didn't exist just because the police didn't know about it was completely foolish. Something they couldn't detect. How the fuck? Something that doesn't register as a drug that completely fucks you up. Dude, the worst part about this is that it's like, this is like Oyashiro's curse. He's real. This is what happens to those who defy, those who are cursed. Like, this is what happens. But it's just the cruelty of humans who believe in something, who believe in an enemy against their beliefs. This is what that is, man. And I'm still open to the possibility of something supernatural, but we are just seeing the pinnacle of this kind of cruelty that humans can do, man. What the fuck? Meaning the drug that caused Tomitaka-san to die in such a bizarre manner. Hello. Did exist. Neon injected this into me, and that would probably be all the proof I needed. That would basically mean I'd end up the same as Tomitaka-san, something that drives you so insane that you claw out your own throat. How demon-like. Become hysterical, scratching out my throat in my last moments, then die. Such an outrageous drug to exist, for Mion to be holding it, that I was about to be injected with it. At that moment I did not feel there was any need whatsoever to question it. What kind of idiot, when he's trying to dodge a ball flying straight for his face, has time to think of a reason as to why it's flying at him?
観念しなって。んじゃ。
Mion's actions lacked any gravitas, and that made it even more terrifying. There was none of the ceremony like when someone is sentenced to death. There was no hesitation at all, as if she was brushing her teeth. Oh, yikes. So casual. Nothing, not ritualistic like I thought, just like taking out the trash. Mion reached out with one hand and grabbed onto my chest. It felt like electricity had run through the back of my head and the entire world had gone dark. What the fuck, man? Did I stand up too fast? Or did someone hit me really hard in the back of the head? Having lost my sense of balance, I was assaulted by a wave of dizziness. He's about to hallucinate some crazy shit, man. He's about to see some actual demons. Bro. Yo. Dude. That can't be it. There has to be another chapter. There has to be another one. Oh my god. That wasn't even the end of a chapter. That was just... that's it. Dude. Oh my god. Okay, we're about to see the effects. By the way, if you haven't drank any water in the time you've been watching this video, I urge you to do so. It's very good for you. Take a quick stretch if you can. I know it's not a complete stretch for me, but stretching out my legs a little bit. It's very important. Please do so. It's not good to sit for a long time. I know I'm one to talk, but you know, I try to do so I want to encourage that. I squatted down for a bit. When I came back to my senses, my entire room had changed drastically. Oh boy, yeah, he's about to hallucinate like hell itself, I swear. It's gonna drive him so crazy until he does something to himself like Tomitaka-san did, dude. This has to be a hallucinogen. The numbness in my head was gone, and slowly I could tell blood was flowing to my extremities again. Wait, what? How long had I been squatting here? He's been squatting this whole time? How many minutes? Or has it been hours? It was almost as if the hands on the clock had stopped moving the entire time my eyes were closed. That's how little time passed. Really? The air in the room wasn't filled with that madness from before, only a dull silence. Rena wasn't there pinning my arms, and Mion wasn't there about to inject me with a needle. No way. Could it be? All of it was a hallucination? No. This is the hallucination, dude. There's no other presence in the room besides my own. It starts. I think his parents are gonna come back and it's gonna get real bad. It was the weirdest experience I'd ever had. It was certainly with Rena and Mion. I doubted my sanity for a moment, but I was also seized with some sort of comfort. I guess that terrible ordeal was a hallucination. Neither Rena nor Mion, they wouldn't ever do something so terrible. I feel so bad for Keiichi, man. My head grew hot. I could tell my emotions were welling up. Why? That was That wasn't a reason to cry. Why? It was sorrow. Why was I sad? I don't understand. I don't understand. Kind to everyone, not discriminating against age or gender. Mion. Whoa. Whoa. What? 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 That Mion was sprawled by the window in an unnatural pose. Blood stained her a deep red from her head down to her chest. What the fuck? The bright crimson smeared on the walls. That splatter had undoubtedly come from Mion. She always had that bright smile and was kind to me from the day I transferred. Rena. What? That same Rena was slumped at my feet and was making the same pool of blood as Mion. Did he kill them both? What the fuck? What the fuck? What the fuck? What the fuck? No way. I couldn't comprehend what had happened. Did someone come to save me? Did they beat those two down with this metal bat? You're holding it, buddy. I bet it's bloody too. Oh my goodness. Oh my goodness. There's no way. There's no way. This isn't real. There's no way this is real. I finally noticed the weight in my right hand. How long had it been there? It was Satoshi's metal bat. It was covered in a deep red. There was no doubt this was the weapon used to mutilate both of them. And I was holding that weapon. There's no way, there's no way, there's no way. I was the only person in the house. Dude. Dude. Looking at this objectively, I couldn't think of anyone other than myself who could have done it. What? That's right, Keiichi Maibara. Of course I did it. I told myself gently as if coaxing myself. Hey, me. There's no reason for you to remember it, nor is there a need to regret it. Eat or be eaten. You get that, don't you? Because right when Mion was gonna do it, he sprang to his feet, right? And then he like blacked out, right? Is that what happened? Did he not get injected after all? Neither Rena nor Mion had moved an inch. It wasn't just a split forehead and a trickle of blood, nothing that simple. The entire room was splattered with red, and that told me it didn't end with just 2 or 3 strikes. Yo. There's no way. What? This is really happening. The depths of my mind were calm, but on the surface I was panicking and agitated. Calm down, Keiichi, my bro. Oh, dude. This changes everything. There's no way. There's no way. I don't believe this, man. He didn't have the strength to break out from Rena. Mion was on top, just like about to inject him. He didn't have the bat. How would he have went and gotten the bat? Overpowered them in his state, done what he did. Where's the director? Wasn't he coming? Or whoever the director is? This is so weird. I don't know what's going on. Calm down, Keiichi Maibara. What happened to your usual calm self? Like, this whole time I've always tried to make sense of what's going on. I don't know what's going on, man. It's gotten so much more confusing than it ever has been. Come on now. Do like you always do. Throw your head back and take a deep breath. Come on. Once. Twice. Breathe deeply. Calm down. Calm down. I chanted that over and over in my head and relaxed. Color came back to my vision and smells reinfused the air. At the same time, I remembered what happened when I blacked out. Yo, he blacked out. He really blacked out and fucking snapped. No way. Holy shit. No way. Rena and Mion had attacked me. They were about to inject me with whatever caused the same symptoms as Tomitake-san. Right before that happened, I fought back. Dude, this really... No fucking way this really happened. Holy shit. Wow. Oh my god, this changes everything. He killed them both. Dude, Keiichi is fucked, but not like in the way that I thought he was going to be. He's a murderer now. Oh no. And Rena and Mion, like, dude... Like, they were about to murder his ass, but it's like, yo, he killed them. Holy shit. Right, okay, I just gotta keep going. Right before that happened, I fought back. I twisted my whole body and threw Rena as she was pinning my arms. Yo! Then I followed through with my spin and ran my foot as hard as I could into Mion's torso. Yo! It was soft. Rena tried, that's, wow, such an in-the-moment observation to make as you, like, murder two people. Rena tried jumping on me, so I tackled her as hard as I could and slammed her against the wall. I didn't let that brief moment of having them off balance slip by. Satoshi's bat that was left carelessly by the side of my desk. Ah, so that's how he got it. Wow, what an oversight. Maybe they thought they may need it. I don't know. Weep. At that moment, everything went pitch black. There was nothing recorded past this point in the videotape of my mind. He lost it. He saw, like, red and blacked out and just fucking went ham. Oh my god. No, that wasn't right. It wasn't that there was nothing recorded. It was recorded just fine. Just the other me inside myself had told me not to look and it turned off the TV. What? What? Just because the screen had gone black and I couldn't see it didn't mean that the videotape within me hadn't recorded it. This reminds me of that one tip we saw of like him like seeing the recording of himself in the 7 Mart. And what he like saw at the end was so like what he saw. Remember the end of that tip, how bizarre it was? Is this like so many questions. The TV was just off. The video was still playing. The tape within me creaking along, still playing. And is this the beginning of the VN? Oh my god. On the other hand, end of that pitch black screen, that horrifying video was still playing on. Compared to this though, the scene right before my eyes was still so difficult to take in. There was blood splattered everywhere on the walls, the two of them in these unnatural poses. Not a sign of movement from them. I couldn't even tell if they were breathing. No matter what the circumstances were, my friends, these girls, I had attacked them. I may have even killed them. But if I hadn't done this, I would have been the one done for. Balancing that out on an imaginary scale, it felt odd that I'd even feel bad about it. It's the fact that he had to do that and went that far to defend himself, of course, to protect his own life, of course. Like, yeah, of course. But dude, but he's, of course, he feels like bad about it, you know. Even if it was a bit excessive, this was justifiable self-defense. It is, but. What's that line from Training Day? It's not about what you know, it's about what you can prove. And all that they see here is 2 girls that were apparently killed by Keiichi Maebara. That's all the evidence that there is. He has no proof, he has no... I guess the syringe. Where's the syringe at? I don't know, man. This did not go how I thought it would at all. Not even a little bit. I thought Keiichi would go as far as he could. He would die. He would learn something that would be that would bring him a little bit of inner peace, but would be more so for the benefit of me, the player, as I continue through the other chapters of Higurashi, right? Thought it would be something like that, you know? And it ends on like some like emotional, but like just like how we started the VN. I don't know, man. That's what I thought, but this is not at all. Not at all. Keiichi. Oh my goodness, man. What the fuck do we do now? Yeah, self-defense, yeah. The proof was all here. The 2 of them collapsed here in Mion's syringe. Mion's syringe filled with some unknown drug would certainly solve the mystery surrounding the incident with Tomitake-san. And that's why I was just saying, like, if the syringe was still there, maybe, but... You would need Oishi's support. Because the village ain't gonna back you up. The families are gonna raise hell for you, bro. Mion dead. Rena dead, but especially Mion dead. The Sonozakis. Oh, hell no. Hasta la vista, baby. I don't know if Oishi is enough support. I don't even know if he's alive. I mean, because Keiichi's right. If they tested it and if they saw, like, and if he made that argument, it could prove it. And with Oishi's support, it could prove it, but... It's too fucked. The politics are too fucked. From the fact that both of these two were involved, they'd be able to pick out the criminals one after the other. Still, I might be suspected for this. No, you will. But that was just fine. Anyway, now this should be a police affair. This wouldn't fade into the darkness like Rena's past incidents. As long as the police were involved, that should bring this to a close. Just call it Uishi, man. We'll probably revisit their investigation on the chain of incidents. Uishi-san would definitely get to the bottom of it. This is not going to go how you think it's going to go, Keiichi. I'm telling you right now. Meaning my wish of not wanting to die, of wanting to know the truth, that would be fulfilled in its most basic form. Where's the director, though? It was all a matter of time now. The Dr. Rena called should be getting here soon. I'll confess everything to him. I needed to contact Uishi-san. Do it now, dude, now. At that moment I remembered. Besides the doctor, a director had been called. That's what I'm saying. Where are they? It was easy to imagine that they were someone deeply involved with the incidents, judging from Rena and Mion's conversation, for sure. And director, like that role, implies so much more responsibility and like they're heading this shit, man, right? The ache in my chest caused by the gruesome deed I'd done dissipated rapidly. It was not over yet. Yeah. Because, yeah, he had to, like, take in the fact that he did that, which is fucking awful, you know, that he had to do that, like, in that self-defense. But now he's got to deal with this shit, so it's like, okay, gotta put that to the side, dude. The way Ryukishi, right? That's how you say the author's name, Ryukishi7. The way he portrays very complex emotions within, like, these very serious moments, or, like, in split-second moments, like when, like, in life-or-death situations, or like, here. The way he, like, adds in those little things, like, oh, her abdomen felt soft, or the way he was like, or when Keiichi was trying to run, he was like, I should have practiced running instead of swinging a bat. Like, those silly, like, dumb thoughts that occur within those moments. Those little things are so good. It was not over yet. This place was no longer safe. Stay calm, Keiichi, my bar. It's not over yet. I needed to live long enough to tell the police of this incident. There's no way it happens. At that moment, I felt like I heard someone's voice from outside. Since people were speaking, it must mean there was more than one person. Oh no. Hey, who is it? I moved the curtain ever so slightly and peered outside. It was a bizarre sight. About 4 or 5 grown men were all gathered at the gate. What? They very much resembled the 2 men who had assaulted me at the dam site today. Those 2 might even be among them. Among us? There was one person there wearing a white coat. Oh, the director. But he didn't look like a director at all. My gut told me he was in disguise, only posing as a doctor. That guy would probably ring the bell and get me to open the front door. Pretend to be a doctor to get me to open the door, and then the rest of them would all rush in at once. Good assumption, probably. At that moment, I saw the car parked behind the men, and my heart nearly skipped a beat. Wait, whose car? Yo, the van. The van that hit him before. Tried to run his ass over. The white van. No mistaking it. That van, the one that had tried to run me down. The man in the white coat entered the gate and headed towards the front door. The rest of the men hid in the bushes and watched him. Oh, wow. Just exactly the plan that he thought. Ding dong. I probably couldn't pretend that I wasn't home. But dude, he can't escape. There's nowhere to go. Undoubtedly, they just break the window and enter. I needed to get out of here somehow. Then use a public phone to contact Uishi-san. And meet up somewhere. First of all, I need a weapon. Then shoes. But before all that, there was one thing I had to do. You need the syringe. I had no intention of dying. I'd live and reveal the truth about this nonsensical curse of Oyashiro-sama. My aspirations, I love the determination. Let's go. Come on, Keiichi. But what would happen from here on, regardless of how determined I was, may bring out about my demise. Yeah, this is it. This is it right here. Dude, I can't believe Mion and Rena are dead. What the fuck? That's so crazy. Because, like, I assumed they would have so much more involvement in, like, other chapters and that only Keiichi wouldn't make it. Dude, this is so real. And that was why. There was one thing more important than getting out of here right now. I want Keiichi to live so bad. Like, he's got to live with what he's done, but self-defense, man. I hate that they died. But fuck, man, we gotta just keep going. Come on, Keiichi. I need to get that clock out quickly and take down the note hidden behind it. Ooh, yes, the note. Damn it. That tape was sticking to it fast. It'd be fine if it was torn a little. I opened up the slightly torn note and began writing another passage with a ballpoint pen. If I wasn't able to inform Oishi-san, then the only thing I could rely on was this note. I never thought a piece of torn college-rolled notebook paper could be this reliable before. There's so much he needs to do, man. There's no time. But come on, this is important that he does this. I had no time. I'd only write what I knew right now. I needed to leave some sort of information that would lead them to uncover the truth. Rina and Mion are conspirators of the perpetrators. This was an undeniable fact. I still didn't want to believe it, but it was a fact. Anyway, I'd leave all the information that would help lead them to finding the perpetrators. There are 4 or 5 adults, maybe more. They have a white van. This was everything I was able to see from the window. There may be more. Also, there was that unidentified person known as the director. To begin with, the term director didn't even mesh with Hinamizawa at all. Yeah, it's such a weird, it's like an alien, like foreign term that is so outside of like this realm we have of like supernatural superstition. What's going on so far? It's so jarring. Director. It's like I don't know what that means. If they're going to include the directors from the past incidents, then the only one is the construction foreman, the victim from the first murder. The very first victim in the chain of incidents. Killed in a lynching, his body divided into 6 pieces. Terrible. But if that's, I mean, because yeah, that's what Rena said. The foreman. The foreman. That's what they mean by director, like directors from past incidents, as in like the victims, or his right arm was never discovered. The police should have confirmed that death. Sorry, but Renan and Mion did both call him director. They said director. They wouldn't use that term to refer to someone who is dead. The police would never even conceive that someone who is deceased can be involved. So wait a minute. So if that really is him, like if I take that at face value, and he survived, then this was really like all set up from the beginning? The first incident was just like a catalyst? It was like a staged catalyst? Like set up all the events that happened afterward and to like kind of stoke the flames of Yashiro-sama's curse, to like reinvigorates that past of Hinamizawa, to bring back Onikakushi like to its full strength. I don't know. Maybe something like that. I don't know. It's so strange though. I just don't understand. The police would never even conceive that someone who is deceased could be involved. Could that be some sort of oversight? I didn't know. But even if I didn't know, it could be a big hint for Oishi-san. That's right. They needed to start fresh from the first incident. It wasn't just a simple dismemberment, but the start of this string of mysterious deaths that would follow. So then, there must be something hidden there. Please reinvestigate the victim from the dismemberment incident. He's alive. Wow. His death should have been established after an autopsy. Logically, you would think as much, but was that really the case? Could it have been some sort of ploy that they were able to deceive the police with? I shouldn't jump to conclusions, but he may still be alive. If that's the case, this is insane. It goes so much deeper than we thought about what's going on and why it's happening. I mean, if anything, it just plays into, what I was thinking, and just, what you would think, that, people are making this happen. This isn't a coincidence of curses or whatever. Like, it's given power by people, but it can't just be Mion, right? It can't just be Rena. It has to be adults behind it. This is these are actions rooted in tradition and belief and superstition that goes back many years. So this is like, of course there would be a director behind it. So I guess that just makes sense. But the fact that it's apparently the foreman who is dismembered, like, what? I had no time to ponder that right now. Like, dude was in on it? That's crazy. Oh yeah, there's something even more important I needed to write. Tomitaka-san's death was from an unknown drug. That's right, that drug. It was an irreplaceable piece of evidence. No doubt, just by having this, everything would be uncovered. I couldn't just leave that vital clue laying on the floor. That's what I'm saying. Get the drug and dip, my boy. The syringe is proof. Writing that down, I stuck the syringe onto the back of the clock with plenty of tape. Ooh, smart. but absolutely would not slip out and fall to the floor. Firmly. I mean, it would stick out, no? Because clocks like that can be kind of flat on the back, right? Like a paper you can hide, but a syringe? Maybe there's enough, like, inside space. I don't know. Ding dong. The bell rang. They were here. I couldn't write anymore. It's time, bro. It's time. But even still, there was one last thing I had to write, okay? I have no idea why it has become like this. That's just real, yeah. It's maybe the closest thing to the truth out of everything I wrote on this note. Ooh, if you're reading this, then I am probably already dead. So you may or may not find my body. If I was going to write out everything that could happen, either dying from the curse or being demoned away, you who are reading this, please uncover the truth. That is my only desire. Wow. A plea from our boy Keiichi. This note, and no matter how crazy shit has happened now, that's so much different than I thought. This is still true. This note is going to be so important no matter what happens to Keiichi. This note, no matter how inconsequential, is still going to have some kind of significance and is going to be like the catalyst to like solving all this shit, man. Come on, Keiichi. With this, my last will and testament was complete. Good shit. It wasn't certain that I was going to die, but it was my final plea, yeah. Just in case, I folded the note, stuck it back onto the back of the clock, and returned the clock back to its usual spot. I guess, yeah, I could see on that clock there's some hollowness I could see being there behind it. Oh, especially within, like, the edges there. Since they kind of jut out. Anyway, I couldn't help but pray. Oishi-san, if something happens to me, I leave the rest to you. After that, I gazed down silently at Rena and Mion. This was probably the last time we'd ever see each other. Rena, Mion.
俺みんなのこと本当に友達だと思ってたんだぜ。
I know, man, I know. So long ago when we were just going through like hours of the VN with just hanging out, playing shit, just... But why did it end up like this? I guess it hasn't confirmed that they're dead. You know, Keiichi is open to the possibility that they're still alive, but they don't look good, so we'll see. I never had any fun in my previous school. I only worried about standardized test scores. About if the school I hoped to get into was where I really wanted to go or a safety net. That was all I talked about. Man. So grateful for those normal times, man. Where you just worry about shit like this. It was a dull life. People I called friends were also my rivals in studying and competitions and personal records and standardized test scores. Everyone here taught me how unhealthy that lifestyle was. This month was really fun. Making a fuss over lunch, making a fuss over the club, making a fuss over the festival. Something hot began dripping from my face. Oh, uncontrollable tears. Should have had no obligation to shed tears for them. But they wouldn't stop. Even if they were after my life. Even if they were trying to kill me. Everything that happened this month, I wouldn't forget it. Yeah. Or could it be those happy days were all a facade as well? Hey, not for you, man. Not for you. Was it all a trap? Meticulously orchestrated up until today to ensnare me? That's what it sounds like. With this talk of, like, director, I just don't like that word. And the mention of the script earlier, it's just... I mean, it all plays out to, like, them letting things play out as they did. Even the guys choking him out and then him coming back to the bed. It's like it's orchestrated, man. Everything. Could it have been that I had just arbitrarily assumed that they were my friends? That couldn't have been the case. Both Rena and Mion, they really were my friends. Those happy days, there was nothing fake or unclear about them. Someone probably forced them to try to kill me, where their minds were taken over, possessed by the supernatural entity known as Oyashiro-sama. Something like that. Regardless, both Rena and Mion, they were the best friends ever. When they were coming after me, it wasn't of their own volition. But they weren't the kind of people to sell off their friends no matter what means were employed to force them. and there was no way such a thing as being possessed by Oyashiro-sama could happen in reality. Then did the real Renan Mion come after me. Yeah. What was I thinking? What a silly, dumb idea. Having beaten down both Renan and Mion, I was still debating if they were the real ones or fakes. There was no real or fake, only the reality that was before me, yeah. No matter what's true, this is what's going on. Renan and Mion were sprawled out at my feet. That was the only truth. I was only trying to twist the facts to my benefit, that I had beaten my friends to death. Jesus, man. No matter how I spun it, it wouldn't change reality. Renan and Mion were both dead. It felt like there was a crack in the dam of strange emotions I was holding back. Oh, it's all breaking, it's all coming out. It felt like my calm state, which was nothing more than a bluff, had receded. And in that opening, insanity was leaking out. I killed them. Renan and Mion. I killed them. I cannot believe that, man. I mean, it's so soberingly, like, happening in front of Keiichi that, you know, he's going through all this mentally and emotionally, like, and it's pouring out, it's bursting forth from him, and it's just setting in, and it's just like, oh my god, I just can't imagine being in this kind of situation. It's so insanity-inducing, maddening, yes. I killed them. Doorbell rang again. The unrelenting echo pulled me back into a state of composure once again. You gotta go, man, you gotta go. I didn't have a moment to spare. Quickly, I needed to get away. I didn't want to die. I would uncover everything after that. The identity of whoever or whatever had pushed me this far. Even if I had to drink mud and eat grass, I would survive. Hell yeah, I would survive. I would definitely survive. That's how you have to think, even if it's so unlikely now, which it is. You have to feel that way. Go, Keiichi. Fly, Keiichi. I killed Rena for that very reason. I also killed Mion. I went that far just to keep living. So I can't die. For my sake and for the sake of the late Renan and Mion. That's true. All this has happened. You did all that. You did that, man. You did that. You have to live. I have to survive. Alright, motherfucker. Sorry, yep, get the shoes. I ran towards the door and grabbed my shoes. The doorbell rang again as if to urge me on. Behind the single solitary door, they were there. Your death, just behind a door. Crazy. Keeping quiet, I headed towards the kitchen. Headed towards the back door. Before opening the back door, I put my ear to it and checked for people outside. No one? There's no chance they're not watching the back door. No chance. After I put on my shoes, I opened the door slowly so as to not make a sound. There's no way. Of course. A piercing voice echoed out. That voice stamped through me, setting my hair on end. I had to run! Get out of here, Keiichi! One after the other, I felt stuff like rationale and intelligence, those things you use when you have time to spare, spill out of me. I didn't feel any pain from the branches scratching my arms and forehead. My autonomously pulsing heart also felt neither fatigue nor pain. My entire being just wished to live. That's a different kind of endurance right there, man. Or you're just using everything. You know, when you stop, you might not be okay, but you will keep going. There was nothing else it desired. It probably had no complaints whatsoever. So of course I wouldn't feel fatigue. I just ran. Just recklessly rushing in the direction I was already heading. Run, Keiichi, run! Even if nobody was chasing after me, I'd still be running like this. There wasn't a thought in my head about where I was headed. Turning around, I felt a presence right next to me. That presence was without a doubt chasing me like my shadow. If I took even one misstep, I would be devoured. The fact that they're so fast, I hate that. Dude, that is one of the things I hate. When, I've never been chased by a killer. But, you know, when I've been chased, like, by people, like, when I was younger, you know, like, playing sports and stuff, or even just, like playing with, like, my brother or something, like, the sensation of, like, being chased and someone being right behind you is so panic-inducing. It's like, I hate that feeling so much. And, you know, I guess when you're about to be killed, that's, like, times a billion. So I can just picture that feeling and just amplified like that. It's just, ugh. But it's such a primal thing, right? Like being hunted like that. It's so crazy. That's what I thought. So I didn't turn around. I didn't stop. I ran at full speed. Alright, what happens? What happens, man? Quack, 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 quack. That was the chirping of the Higurashi telling me it was evening. If anyone's his friend at this point, it's all those damn Higurashi. Trying to tell me something, and then I finally heard it. The wailing cry of the victims who didn't make it. Dude, the fact that we learned that that's what it is. The cries of the victims who didn't make it. The cries for the next victim. The cries. Would I be joining them? Quack, 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 quack. Only the Higurashi knew. They knew everything. They definitely knew. So I ran towards where I could hear more of the Higurashi's chirps. But the farther I ran, the farther away their chirping became. I couldn't get near them. Why are you all running away? Was it my fault? Was I the one to blame? Then I'll apologize. I'm sorry. 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 Sorry. I'm sorry. It's like with what Rena did before. I felt that only the Higurashi knew. Ooh, man. Next time we finish the game, we see what happens. Holy fuck, man. Thank you for watching. It's been so long, I know. And I'm probably going to split this recording into 2 parts. So you'll see this after I post the second one. But yeah, thank you very much for watching. I very much enjoy getting back into this as much as it fucks me up. And it's like, just... I'm done. I need to go eat something and like drink like a gallon more of water. I'm done. That's it. See you next time. Peace.